Hey folks, and welcome to TheyMightBeRacing.com. Today we're documenting the second step in the restoration process of my 1960 Austin Healey BT7. What we did today was the cleaning and inventory process for this particular car. So those of you who watched the previous video know that the door was missing and the interior of the car was full of parts. Well, inside of the car we located the original door, mounted that, we found both of the plastic inset side screens. We found the frame for the convertible top, the two bucket seats, or buckets for the back seats, the back padding, which obviously will have to be replaced because it's shot. We found most of the seats, and you can see that this one's missing a fair bit. And then we noted a problem. If you can see down here, this transmission was fitted to the later Austin Healey 3000s. It's not the right one for this particular car. This generation had a side shifting unit on it. So one of the things I'm going to have to track down during the restoration process is the correct transmission. Now, in my miscellaneous parts for this car, I have the original transmission, but somebody went ahead and tore it apart at one point, so Lord knows if it'll go back together again. You'll also see that I found the dash underneath everything. The parcel shelf is still intact. There are bits of wiring hanging down, so there is still some of the original wiring harness. The dash pad, we also found the windscreen surround. So, short of the glass, all of that is there. So we now have what I would consider to be a 90% car. Now, on top of finding all of that stuff, as I mentioned before, we had boxes of parts. Now, when I talk about in my articles about restoring cars and how to do things correctly, you'll see down here this is my box of parts that I've inventoried. Now, every single part goes into a bag, and then on that bag, you'll notice, I have labeled it with the name of the part number, and some means of looking the part up. In this case, it's the figure identification. So this is on figure N3, and it's the 20th item. And it just happens to be the voltage regulator. Now, to go with that, I have my old school composition book for this particular car. And in that book, I've written down all the notes about today's restoration. In addition to that, you can see I've made a list of all the parts that I inventoried. So I'll be able to put this on the outside of the box, as well as into my computer, so that at the point when I do have this car finally finished, I'll have a list of all the parts that I can barter away for other things that I need. Now, not only were the parts that I needed inside the vehicle, but as it turns out, I have the correct transmission tunnel. So that piece that was missing from the interior car is here. It just won't fit with the wrong transmission. I have a spare steering wheel. I have a spare dash board and dash cover. Spare door. Those are the mounts for one of the bumpers. And then I've got the old buckets for the back. And if you can see them, they're pretty well rusted out. So as I finish up today, I will clean up the last of what I've got and package everything back up for the next round, which will be the initial disassembly. Now, it may seem a little strange, the whole concept of reassembling your car only to disassemble it again, but what this allows you to do is figure out exactly what parts you have, and then as you take them apart, you document the process and inventory them correctly. So, as I go forward from here, I'll be able to ensure that I not only know what parts I have, but also make an immediate list of parts I need. So, on the next episode for this particular car, we'll be removing all the surface electrics, which are the headlights, tail lights, turn signals, etc., and restoring those particular assemblies. So until next time, happy motoring. Bye.